Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to explain the third topic of this chapter. The name of this topic it is methods of collecting job analysis information. Okay, as here you can see method. So many methods are there. So the first method here it is given. So let me select the pen to underline this. Okay. So that is it. Now I think this is working. Now the first method it is the interview. The job analysis interview range from unstructured to highly structured ones containing hundreds of specific items to check off. Okay, so job analysis interviews by which we can get the information related to job analysis. Okay. So the interview can be unstructured to highly structured. In unstructured interviews, the question it may be like this: "Tell me about yourself." Okay, so here, tell me about yourself. Okay, this is not properly underlined. Okay, this is tell me about yourself. So here the answer is open-ended. So answer it is open-ended. So answer it depends on the interviewee and so the response of the employee. Okay. Managers may conduct individual interviews with each employees, group interviews with a group of employees who have the same job, or supervisor interviews with one or more supervisors who know the job. Okay. So now here manager can also get information by interviews with employees, individual employees. Okay, and from the group employees also information can be obtained through the interview. Okay, and group interviews can be possible only in case when employees in the group or even the members of the group have a similar job or same type of job. Okay, or the supervisor of employees from a supervisor of employees also information regarding job analysis can be obtained. And the third point here you can see here, this is now you see here, this one it was the first point, this one it was second point, this one it is the third point. Okay, so the third point here given, the interviewee should understand the reason for the interview. Okay, so he or she means the employee should understand the reason why the interview is going on, why the manager is taking the interview. Okay, then it will be successful. Okay, then here some guidelines, here some points given about the guideline of the interview, how to interview. So the guideline here given, 4 points are given. First, establish rapport with the interviewee. It means just talk with the interviewee in a friendly manner, so that interviewee is going to give the information as you need. Okay, if the interviewee is not going to be relaxed, then in that case he or she is not going to provide the important information. Okay, so he or she is going to hesitate in the case of when he or she feels that the interviewer is from a strange or maybe some other reasons. Okay, so make the interviewee comfortable with the questions. Okay? Then this one it was the first. Then the second point here it is given: use a structured guide that lists the questions and provides space for answers. Okay, it is better to use a structured question, list of a structured question. If you uh, use, okay, then in that case it will be better to analyze the responses of the interview. Okay, Then the third point here it is given, make sure you don't overlook crucial but infrequently performed activities. So it is not that whatever employees do in day-to-day activity, which are on a daily basis, those things only you have to consider. No, you have to consider those activities also which are not so frequent. Okay, but those activities are very crucial, very important. I will give you one example. The example is like this. Now, you suppose in the hospital, nurse or the doctor. Okay, if nurses and doctors are not ready for emergency cases, so which are not frequent, then in that case, what will happen? The result will be catastrophic. Okay, so that's why uh, employees should also provide the information about that, and the manager or the interviewer should consider these crucial factors also when asking the questions related to interview. Then the fourth point here given, after completing the interview, review the information with workers immediate supervisor, okay, and with the interview. So whatever information the manager collected from the interview, so the manager should verify that, okay, review the information which is obtained, okay, from the interview, and how the manager can verify and review the information. So that can be possible with the help of workers and the immediate supervisor. Okay, here we see here workers, immediate supervisor, and the interviewee. It means the employees and the immediate supervisor of the employees. Okay, now the next uh, method here is given, the questionnaires. So what are questionnaires? Questions are a structured checklist. Here uh, the interviewer asks structured questions. So many means hundreds of questions are there in the list. Okay, and the interviewee should give answer of those questions, and then the interviewer will analyze those responses from the interview. Okay, so that is here. So now you can see here hundreds of specific duties. So the questions may be about different types of activities performed in the organization. He or she must indicate if he or she performs his task. Okay, a time time and how much time is normally spent on each. So the questions. The questions in the questionnaire may be related to how much, means what are different types of activities employees perform, and how much time they spent on different activities, like that. Okay, and the next point here you can see where I am taking. So this is at the other extreme. The questionnaires may simply ask, describe the major duties of your job. So such type of questions are open-ended. Okay, here the interviewee should respond in his or her own way. Okay, so there is no option. There is no option for the response. Okay, so it means this type of questions are open-ended. This type of questions. Okay. And then here last point given, in practice the best questionnaires often falls within these two. It means in the first extreme, the questions are means highly structured. Okay, and responses are closed. Responses are closed, meaning options are given, and out of those options the interviewee should respond accordingly as he or she thinks better. And then the second extreme, it is the opening the questions. Okay, so where there is no option to respond, means interviewee is free to give any type of answer related to the question. Okay. Then the third point here given, the observation. Then here in this method, direct observation is especially useful when jobs consist mainly of observable physical activities. So in cases where employees are performing some activities, and if those activities are observable, means other people can observe that some activities are going on. Okay, then in those cases, observation method is useful to obtain the information. Okay, and you see, however, observation is, you can see here, is usually not appropriate when the job entails a lot of mental activities. Okay, when mental activities are involved, in that case, observation method doesn't work. Why? Because when mental activities are required, then in that case, people generally think a lot. Okay, so that's why it is not possible to observe the employees in higher mental activities job. So that's why this observation method is not appropriate for such type of job, just like lawyer or engineer or consultant. So in this profession, such method is not appropriate. Then the next here given, participant diary or logs. Okay, so here the participants, here for every activity engaged in the employee records, you can see here every activity engaged in the employee records the activity. Okay, now you can see here for every, means whatever activities the employee perform in the organization, he or she records each and every activity, and from there you can say the manager can get the information. Then the fifth one, here it is given, the quantitative job analysis technique. Okay, quantitative. So they, here in quantitative method, what is different as compared to qualitative? Here first I will explain, then after I will go into detail about the quantitative job analysis technique. So here qualitative methods like interviews and questionnaires are not always suitable. Why those methods are always not suitable? Now you see example. For example, if your aim is to compare jobs for pay purposes, okay, a mere listing of duties may not suffice. Now here you can see when you have to compare jobs for the pay purpose, just like if two employees, if you recruit, so if for one job it is different as compared to other, then uh, in first case you are paying greater as compared to the second one. So why you are paying great, more? So in this case now is the quantity means here you need to say that job A or the first job is twice as challenging as job B. Okay, and in that case, just like if you are able to quantify the the challenges in different jobs, then you can determine the pay, that which one should get more pay and which one should get less pay. Okay. So this is quantitative job analysis technique. And then the sixth one, it is electronic job analysis method. So in this method, what happens, you see, rather than collecting information about a job through a direct interview or questionnaires, the analyst uses online system to send job questionnaires to job expert in remote locations. Okay. So here the analyst doesn't get the information regarding the job directly, means not direct interview. He doesn't use direct interview or questionnaires. Okay. So what he does, so he or she uses indirect method. So on online means they communicate with job experts okay, who you know what, who is remote from the location, who is far away from the particular organization, you know what, industry or organization or a factory. Okay, and from that job experts, they gain the information, they obtain the information, and this facilitates sharing responses and discussing them. So they, you know what happens? There is sharing of information regarding the job by the job experts. Okay. And finally, the job analyst may convene the job expert to discuss and finalize the knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics required for doing the job and its task. So here, the analyst can discuss and finalize different types of knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics which are important for any particular job. Okay, so these are the different ways by which information regarding job analysis can be obtained. Okay, so thank you. So we will meet again in the next video with new topic. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon to get the notification of such more informative videos. Thank you.